Hello, 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 scholars. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is a wonderful Wednesday, May 6, 2020, and we're going to be focusing on Lesson 7. Welcome to first grade virtual ELA class. I hope you're ready to grow your brain. A few reminder scholars. I'm looking for the scholar with the most iReady minutes. I'm looking for the scholar with the most Get Epic minutes. I'm looking for the scholar with the most Grow Our Team points. I'm also looking for scholars to join me on Friday for a video chat. I don't have a new game, but I would like for you, if you have a game that you want me to play for us, send me those text messages, okay? Objective, objective. I will use commas to separate single words in a series and will insert commas between words in printed sentences. Digraph. Wait for the snap. If you said A, give yourself a point. If you said A, give yourself a point. If you said O, give yourself a point. Tricky words. Don't get tricked. Wait for the snap. If you said Mexico, give yourself a point. If you said talk, give yourself a point. If you said Hidalgo, give yourself a point. If you said gracias, give yourself a point. If you said Carlos, give yourself a point. If you said Gomez, give yourself a point. Spelling words. Spelling test next week. ESCAPE. That spells escape. That spells RAIN. That spells rain. That spells HAIR. That spells hair. That spells EXPLAIN. That spells explain. That spells STAY. That spells stay. That spells STRAY. That spells stray. That spells D, uh-oh. Sorry, scholars. I was not supposed to do that. Display. That spells display. That spells Y-O-U-R. That spells your. That spells. All right, scholars, I hope you're ready to grow your brain. You're going to clap out these words, scholars, and then we're going to see how many syllables there are. So you have to make sure you clap out the words into syllables and hold the proper number up. Ready? Display. If you clapped your hands twice, give yourself a point. Display. Escape. If you clapped your hands twice, give yourself a point. That has two syllables. Explain. Has two syllables. If you clapped your hands twice, give yourself a point. Summer. Has two syllables. If you clapped your hands twice, give yourself a point. Portray. Has two syllables. If you clap your hands twice, give yourself a point. All right, scholars. So what is a comma? We've not learned this. For the most part, we've not learned this yet. So this is something totally new. All right, so a comma is a punctuation mark that tells us that we need to pause within a sentence. When we're reading and we see a comma, we have to pause, okay? Commas are also used to separate words in a sentence, especially when there are three or more words together in a list. Okay, when we have a list of words, it's called a series of words. And when we have a series of words, we need a comma to let us know that that's one word, and that means something totally different than the next word and the next word. It means it's different items or different objects within that list, okay? Different names in that list. It's going to be a little tricky, but I do suggest that you all do your best, okay? All right, so for example, this sentence says, Carl likes to jump, run, and hop. When we see this word and, Ms. Jackson is going to go ahead and box it. When we see this word and here, that tells me that we have a list of words. There should be a list somewhere. We need to figure out where those words are. When there are at least two or three words in a series, we need commas after each word in the list that comes before the word and. Those will be the times when we pause. This is going to be tricky, but we're going to practice it, okay? So, for example, it says, Carl likes to jump, run, and hop. My question to you is, what are three things that Carl likes to do? The first thing he likes to do is jump. The second thing he likes to do is run. And the third thing he likes to do is hop. So now we need two commas to put. We do not need to put a comma after the word and, because and is a big comma by itself, okay? We do not need to put a comma after the word and, meaning we do not need a comma right before the word hop. So we're going to put a comma right after the first thing Carl likes to do. What does Carl like to do? He likes to jump, comma. What's the next thing he likes to do? He likes to run, comma. And then the last thing he likes to do is hop. So now we're going to read it. Carl likes to jump, run, and hop. I put my finger to my mouth to remind me that there's a comma there, so I should pause, okay? Next sentence says, track, soccer, and golf are sports, okay? There are three sports they're talking about in this sentence. First thing we're going to do is find the word and. This and tells me that there is a list of words. I need to find the list of words. So this word and tells me that a lot of things are about to go together. We're looking for the sports. Sport number 1 is track. Sport number 2 is soccer. Sport number 3 is golf, okay? Remember, we do not put a comma after the word and. So that means we have 2 sports before the word and. That means we need 2 commas before the word and. So we need a comma after the first sport. The first sport is track, comma. We need a comma after the second sport. The second sport is soccer, comma. So now we read it like this. Remember, put your finger in front of your mouth to remind yourself there's a comma there. I need to pause. Track, soccer, and golf are sports. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Whenever there's a list of words, before the word and, you need to put a comma after all the things in the list. All right, now it's time for us to get ready to grow our brain. So, in our packet, you should have your packet. If you don't have your packet right now, pause the video, go get it, come back, resume the video. All right, scholars, this should be fun, okay? Now, we're going to do these together. I'll allow you to do number 7 and number 8 independently, okay? Number 1 says, the nose, lips, and cheeks are part of the face. The first thing we need to do is find the word and. The word and tells us that we have a list of things. Now we need to figure out what is the list of things. What are the things that are parts of the face? So we go back and look. What did they just list? They said the nose, they said the lips, and they said cheeks are parts of the face. We know we do not put a comma after this word and here. So before the word and, we have 2 things. We have the nose and the lips. We always put the comma after the words that are in the list, that are in the list. So the nose, comma, lips, comma, and cheeks are part of the face, parts of the face. Number 2, my best pal is smart and fun. We're going to find the word and. That's the first thing we're going to do. Now we need to figure out the 2 things that their pal is. Their pal is smart and their pal is fun. My pal is smart and fun. Now we know we don't put a comma after the word and. So that means we only need 1 comma after the first item in the list. First item in the list is smart. We'll put a comma right after the word smart. Okay, my best pal is smart and fun. Now, number 3. Number 3 says, it rained, hailed, and stormed yesterday. The first thing we're going to do is look for the word and. The word and tells us we have a list of words. What are the words that are a part of this list? It rained, hailed, and stormed yesterday. What 3 things happened yesterday? First thing was it rained. Second thing was it hailed. Third thing was it stormed. So we know you do not put a comma after the word and. So we have to figure out where to put these commas after the first 2 items in this list, okay? First thing that it did yesterday was, I'm going to try to use a different color. First thing that it did yesterday was it rained, so we're going to put our comma there. Next thing it did was hailed. We're going to put our comma there. We know we do not put a comma after the word and, so we're going to pause right there. We're going to stop it right there. Let's read it. It rained, hailed, and stormed yesterday. Now, moving on to number 4. Says we can sit on a bench, a chair, or a stool. Well, this sentence has no word and. So we're going to focus on the word or. The word or is very similar to the word and. It tells us that we have a list, okay? So we're going to box the word or. That tells us we have a list somewhere. Now we're going to identify The items that are in this list, the words that makes up the list. What can you do? You can sit on what? What items can you sit on? The first thing you can sit on is a bench. Second thing you can sit on is a chair. Third thing you can sit on is a stool, okay? So we know you don't put a comma after the word or. Just like and, you do not put a comma after the word or. So we need to figure out, where do we put this comma? We're going to put it after the first thing that you can sit on, which is a bench, after the word bench. Then we're going to put it after the second thing that you can sit on, which is a chair, after the word chair. We can sit on a bench, a chair, or a stool. Okay? I hope this is getting a little easy. If not, that's fine. We'll do the next two together. Number 5, eggs, grits, and milk are good in the morning. First thing you're going to do is find that word that tells us we have a list. The word in this sentence is and. And tells us we have a list. What type of list do we have? We have a list of things that are good in the morning. Okay? What 3 things are good in the morning? They said eggs, so we're going to put the number 1 there. They said grits, and they said milk. Those are 3 things that are good in the morning. Remember, we do not put a comma after the word and. So there are 2 words in this list that are good in the morning before the word and. So we're going to have to put a comma after those 2 words. The first word is eggs, comma, there. Good. Next word is grits, comma, there. Okay, so now it reads, eggs, grits, and milk are good in the morning. Okay, number 6, Dave, Jim, and Martez are in my class. First thing you're going to look for is that word that tells us we have a list. That word is and. Looking for the word and. The word and tells us we have a list. What list do we have? We have a list of people that are in my class. Well, what 3 people are in my class? What people? How many people? What are the names of these people that are in my class? Well, the first person name is Dave. Dave is in your class. Who else? Jim. Jim is in your class. Who else? 3. Martez. Martez is in your class. We have 3 people in our class. We need some commas. We need to pause. We know we do not put a comma after the word and. We do not put a comma after the word and. So we need 2 commas because we have 2 names before the word and. We have 2 names in the list before the word and. Okay, so we're going to put a comma after the first person. That person's name is Dave. Then we're going to put a comma after the second person. That person's name is Jim. Now we read it like this: Dave, Jim, and Martez are in my class. Now number 7, I'll walk you through number 7, but I will not tell you where to put these commas, okay? I'll read it. I'll box the important word. I will highlight the list of words or the words within the list, and then I'll walk you through it, but I will not tell you where to put it, okay? Says, it's fun to skate, glide, and play on ice in winter. It's fun to skate, glide, and play on ice in winter. The first thing that we are going to do is locate the word that lets us know we have a list of words. That word can be and, or that word can be or. Looking for the word and or. So we have the word and. Go ahead and box the word and. That tells us we have a list. Well, what type of list do we have in this sentence? What is it fun to do in the winter? Well, the first thing that it's fun to do is find the right color. First thing it's fun to do is skate. That's the first thing. Next thing they said it's fun to do is glide. That's the second thing. Last thing they said, play. Okay. Now, just a reminder, we do not add a comma after the word and. Okay, only before the word and. Now, you need to put a comma after the words that are in this list. It's fun to It's fun to and play on ice in the winter. You have to determine where does those commas go. You need 2 commas before the word and. Where are you going to put them, okay? And then number 8. Ben and Bob are waiting for me. Ben and Bob are waiting for me. First word we're going to look for is the word letting us know we have a list. That word is and. Go ahead and box the word and. That tells us we have a list. Well, who's waiting for me? There are 2 different people. We're going to not highlight them, number them. First person waiting for you is Ben. Second person waiting for you is Bob, okay? We know we don't add a comma after the word and, okay? So we need only 1 comma. Where does that comma go? I want you to figure that out. All right, scholars?